Every year I buy iPhones for tests and comparisons on my channel with other phones, and this year is no exception. iPhone 12 white 64GB is already here, but this year I want to use my iPhone a little more, so to speak, to study it a little deeper, and then look and I'll become an Apple fanboy. But that's not for sure. I bought it in a store in Lithuania for 919 euros. And I will tell you, this is not a little sum. I don't know why no one talks about this, because it's more expensive than last year. Because last year I paid 819 euros for an iPhone 11 with 64GB, which is 100 euros cheaper. I deliberately took a light color, white, because in my experience, light colors are not only less visible fingerprints, but also less visible scratches. And this is good because in a year I plan to sell this iPhone and buy myself a new one, a new iPhone. And please tell me it is written on the box white, which means white, but in reality, guys, it is not white, and I would call it beige or champagne. This box is white, this thing is also white, but it is not white at all. And to be honest, I was a little upset because I was buying white color. A lot was said about what was in the box. Apple was called in very different words, and good and bad. This is a very tricky and smart company. They don't do anything for nothing. I very much doubt that they removed the charges for the sake of the environment, but I really hope that they did it for this. But on the other hand, if you think about it, I'm sure that now all other companies will start repeating after them. And this means that we will see fewer charges in the boxes, and then look, maybe it really will somehow affect the environment, and I hope in the best side, because it already affects the wallet for the worst. Despite the fact that I did quite a lot of videos with iPhones, I did not use them for so long. I'm not a fan of Apple products, but with the release of a MacBook with an M1 processor, I want to take a closer look at Apple products, because what Apple did this year with their MacBooks really interested me. Okay, back to the iPhone. I turned on an iPhone, and already from the very beginning it began to amaze me. As I said, I live in Lithuania, and this model is intended specifically for the European Union, and even on the box everything is written in Lithuanian. In short, what am I talking about? I'm talking about the fact that there is no Lithuanian in iOS, and this is of course strange. Earlier I somehow did not notice this, but I do not think that Lithuanians are very worried about this, because here everyone who is under 40 years old speaks English, and in different levels, as you noticed, but speak. Russian, of course Russian is here, and a bunch of other languages are also there. And another strange moment, when I launched my iPhone, for some reason they give me to choose France or Lithuania. Why France? I've never even been there. Then I was offered to transfer data from my Android smartphone to an iPhone. I did this too, but not all the applications that were on POCO were installed. And this is strange because even those that are in the App Store, not all were installed. SMSs were transferred, but the call history was not transferred. I tried to quickly find how to transfer the call history from Android to iPhone, but I couldn't find it. There is something, but I was afraid to do it with this strange application. If someone knows how to safely transfer call history to an iPhone from an Android, drop it in the comments. I really want to know this. I use Viber, and here I also could not transfer my chats, because it is also impossible to do this from an Android. And by the way, after I edited the video, I noticed that on the POCO X3, after all the data had been transferred, the message about recycling POCO was displayed. Like, throw out your Android smartphone because you have an iPhone. Haha, yeah, of course, be sure. What do I want to tell you after unboxing my iPhone? What is my brief verdict after unpacking? Firstly, the color. It is not white, and I feel cheated. But in general, the smartphone looks original and recognizable. Sharp edges are okay, some have complained about it, but I don't feel any discomfort because I put case on it. I think it is a matter of habit. The screen is of a normal size, while the device is really very light, weighs only about 165 grams, and this is very noticeable after the POCO X3. POCO is simply huge. I have already put SIM card into it, updated to 14.3, made a few calls, photos, synchronized my emails. So far everything is working as it should, but the configuration is still in progress. If someone is interested in something specific about this phone, write comments in the questions in the comments. And here's another thing about gestures. This gesture really irritates me. It often fires completely by accident. For 2 days I've accidentally activated it maybe about 20 times already, especially on YouTube. Whether it is possible to disable it, I do not know yet. I will figure it out. If you know, write about it in the comments and help me. I will use this iPhone on an ongoing basis and will understand everything along the way. And guys, if you subscribe to my channel, then be sure to click on the bell. Without this, do not click on the subscription. I hope my video was interesting for you. My name is Evgeny, if you didn't know. As I said, subscribe to my channel with the bell if you didn't yet. And have a nice day. Всем добра!